Hello, this is Boris. Welcome to Sketchman Draw. So today we're going to talk about how to draw figures in movement. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave in the comment section below. I'll consider it for my next videos, and please go check out my website sketchmanboris.com. So before we start, we need to simplify the figure that we are going to draw. So the skeleton is the part that everyone has in common. So we are going to first draw together the skeleton. So just start with the egg for the head. So of course the narrower part represents where the chin will be, and you will see how we can apply this when we are trying to draw figures in movement. So the little stick for the neck, and this bar here is for the shoulder. Just to make it a little bit interesting, I'm just going to incline it a little bit to show that how you can achieve a figure in a different angle. And I'm using these two balls to represent basically the shoulder area. So of course the shoulder that is closer to us will be bigger than the shoulder that is on the other side. And I'm drawing this line that represents the torso and then the pelvic bone, and I'm doing the same thing that I did for the shoulders. And basically what I'm doing here is that just building a more complex stick figure. So we all, when we're kids or when anyone tries to draw a person, we do the stick figure with the simple circle and then the 5 sticks. So here we're just using the skeleton as a reference to draw a more let's say closer to reality model. And then so the other point that I wanted to share, so here again you don't need to draw this, but it's just to show you that this is a place the rib cage will be. And again, if you want to check out my videos on proportions, please do that, because that can also help you have the right proportion for your figures. So here I'm just showing you like a random posture of someone just walking towards the screen. So again, I'm trying to apply the things that we looked at, which is the perspective, like when the right shoulder or the left shoulder is closer to us, of course that shoulder will appear bigger, and that really helps you sell the 3-dimensionality of the figure, and it will show you like how dynamic you can make the movement. So I chose this figure because I wanted to show you how the weight can switch depending on the posture of the character or the figure that you're trying to draw. So in this case, like in the beginning, he's straight and then he's leaning to his left, and then of course he's really leaning again more to the left, and as you can see, like his posture will change, otherwise we will fall, right? We will lose balance. So you need to keep those things in mind. So here first we're going to start with this. So this is a drawing, and as you can see, I've already broken down this figure, how we will be able to draw that. So I'm going to draw the stick figure or the model, the skeleton of the drawing on the right hand side. So the same thing, so we start with the egg shape with the narrow part down because his chin is down. For the shoulder, of course his left shoulder is closer to us, so is bigger, but his right shoulder is actually hidden behind his head. So I draw it anyway, but of course just to show you, but you don't need to draw that. You just need to know that it's there. And then then the pelvic bone. So I always recommend starting with the head because it gives you an idea of if you have enough space for the rest of the body. And also in art, like, people measure the figure in terms of number of heads, so it will also give you an idea of how big the rest of the body should be. So again with the arm. So I'm just trying to like look past the details and not to be distracted or overwhelmed by the details, but just capturing the movement. So what I'm basically doing is what I've been teaching in my other videos, which is like when we look at something, like break it down into simple shapes and then build it back up in your canvas. So that's what we're doing here. So I'm just turning that figure in blue, and so I'm using Clip Studio Paint, and that allows you to do that. I'm just going to draw the outline, just to show you like how the method that I just talked to you about, like breaking down and building back up, would apply here. And of course, like so this is about like how to draw figures in movement. So I have other videos about proportions, how to draw the head, how to draw hands, and so please check them out to draw the figure in details. So, and also, as you can see, you can also use other things to sell the movement of a character to make it more dynamic. So in this case, we can see that his hair is sort of selling that movement, and also as well as the folds of his t-shirt that suggest the movement and the direction that he's moving towards. So this was an example where I took a drawing and then sort of tried to capture the movement of that figure. Of course, you would want to draw from reality or from photographs, so that's what we're going to do here. So let me erase this figure here. And yeah, I'm going to follow the same method. Draw the head first and pay attention to the positioning of the chin. So her neck, we can't see her neck because it's drowned in shadow, but of course, like, you know, we can sort of guess where it is, like the positioning of it. So again, just like I said, like when we are starting with the head, I also, when I'm drawing the figure, I really love to set up the torso first before I draw the limbs, because I think like the backbone and the torso, like the torque, like the twist in the torso actually is very important, and it can actually, I would say, almost like 80% of the movement that you're trying to draw. So from this angle, it's a profile shot. So because we are using stick figures, you will see in a moment, like even with like when I'm using like the balls for the pelvic bone, the shoulders, and I'm trying to draw so in this case for the pelvic bone, the right hand side bigger than the left hand side, and then for the arms, the shoulders, the right hand side bigger than the left hand side, it will appear a little bit weird. So that's why, like, we're going to not just stop with the stick figure here. We're just going to add the outline. Again, like I said, don't worry about the proportions at this point. One thing at a time, try to practice like so. And again, the point of this is that of this system or this method is to, at some point, you won't need to draw this figure when you're trying to draw movement. You'll directly draw the outline. But of course, it's really important to sort of do this to make sure that you're capturing the movement. And of course, as you know, it's easier to correct in the beginning when it's just a stick figure than when all the details are drawn. So I really love the shape of the shoes here, so I wanted to capture that. So it's all about like simplifying things, and so always like just draw what you see. Do not think like don't draw what you think is there. So I think in the beginning of the workshop, so this is actually based on weekly drawing workshops that I give. So the details to the drawing group is in the description. So if you become a member of the group, you'll get a notification whenever I'm announcing a new drawing workshop. And these videos are sort of the summary of those drawing workshops. So next point is I wanted to draw another one, but without using any reference, just to show you like how, again, easy it will be if you learn this method to place and move the figure like you want. So here I just drew a cube and then a chair from that. So, and actually I suggest like when you want to draw someone sitting on a chair, represent the chair as a cube. I think it will help you a lot. It will help you simplify basically the concept of a chair. And so here we're going to draw someone who's like sitting and then leaning forward. So of course we draw the head. So it's the same method. And so of course the backbone will go until the base of the chair where the pelvic bone will rest. So that's where the pelvic bone will be. So again, you can place the legs the way you want. And here, I didn't really like the way that arm was, so I just corrected it. I just changed the posture of the arm. And again, this is just to show you how easy it's to capture the posture and the movement using this method. So either you can use it draw it from a reference, or if you're comfortable enough, you can actually try to draw from memory. This can also be used when you're sketching outside, when you're sketching people like live drawing and so on. And here, so I'm just erasing and cleaning up. So this method actually, like I said, you can draw in pencils. Some people do they just erase the reference lines, so they will ink it and then erase the pencil lines, and so you will be left with the ink lines. Or you can just like I'm doing digitally, you can also use another layer and you can draw over it. And of course hide the reference layer, let's say the reference layer, and then add the details. So that's basically what I wanted to show you today. So if you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And of course, please like, share and subscribe, and please go check out the website and everything in the description. As I said, this is a part of a drawing workshop, so if you want, of course, these are online free workshops, so you can join them from whenever you can. And so this is Boris for Sketchman Draws, signing off.